Friday. And I know that's a little confusing, like it's been Monday to Sunday, Monday to Sunday. Our class officially ends on Friday, July 12th. So what I did is I opened up week number 4. Since next week is a little bit shorter, it occurred to me that maybe with vacations and summer plans, some of you might like to have a little bit of extra time. So I've gone ahead and opened everything else up for the class. So in theory, you could work ahead at this point and finish up if you wanted to. I'm still going to focus on this week's content for week number 3. And then when we do our last live stream next week, I'll talk about week number 4. But in case you're interested and we're wondering why it's open, that's why I opened it up early. I thought it might be nice to have a little bit of extra time. So this week what we're looking at are chapters 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we're looking at motivation, emotions, human development, and personality. And as always, you're going to want to do 3 things for each chapter, right? 1, read the chapter in the ebook. 2, read through the lecture video, read through and watch the lecture video. And then 3, make sure that you watch the lecture, and then the lecture video is number 3. Sorry, not to be confusing here. But make sure you do all 3 of those things. All 3 of them together are going to help give you like a really good overview of the content and help you to understand the materials. You'll also have 2 discussions this week, as always, right? Discussion 5 and discussion 6, and then an exam. So let's take a look at those components that you have this week, just so you can hopefully be feeling good about them. Letting it load here. While my cat Noodle in the background is like attacking the chairs all around me for whatever reason. So discussion 5, here you have my instructions and the video as always. This one is about chapter 10 and emotion. So what you're going to do is you're going to explain an emotional reaction to an event from all 3 major theories of emotion. So you can create an event, you can talk about something that happened to you recently, totally up to you, but you're going to describe the chain of events that led to your emotion from each of the 3 theories in order to receive full credit. So the James Lang, Cannon Bard, and Schachter Singer. Secondly, what are some ways to spot a lie? You can reference the lecture material or your own personal experiences. And then just for fun, if you want, I did make like a 2 truths and a lie video. It's a little old at this point, but I practiced quite a bit. I'm an awful liar. So you can see if you can figure out which one is the lie and the 2 truths by default. But this is discussion 10. So again, make sure you think about it as like a mini paper, really elaborate. Don't forget the peer response. That's something that some people are still forgetting to do. The other thing that you have for this week is discussion number, go back here, discussion number 6. So for discussion number 6, this one will pop up here in a moment. You have my instructions and my video like always. This one is all about human development and aging. So you're going to want to watch my video, and then I have 2 songs here about being a teenager. And if you're not a big country fan, you're going to get your country music fix here. It's 15 by Taylor Swift and Letter to Me by Brad Paisley. So you're going to watch the video. Here's the transcript of the songs in case you need it. And then you're going to answer a couple of questions about it, which we'll get to in a moment. You're also going to be responsible for looking at some birthday cards. And this is something you can do virtually, or you can go to a store like the grocery store, Target, Walmart, Hallmark, CVS, any of those kind of places are going to sell greeting cards. And you're going to look at cards that target turning 30, 40, or 50, and then 60, 70, 80, or aging in general. And after you've looked at your cards and watched the music video or the music lyrics up there, you're going to answer a couple of questions. How do the 2 songs incorporate or demonstrate some of the cognitive, social, and physical milestones of being a teenager? Make sure you're really specific. This is worth the most points of anything on this discussion. I'm looking to see that you can listen to these songs and pick out specific lyrics that connect to the content. And that's really what I'm looking to see. Then you're going to talk about what are the general messages, tone, and focus of the cards for each age range that you examined. What are some of the attitudes and stereotypes that you observed about getting older and aging? And then finally, if you had to personally be stuck at one age for the rest of your life, what age would you pick and why. That one's just kind of for fun, but it's definitely worth a couple of points. You're always welcome to upload pictures or videos of cards if you would like to. They're often quite funny and entertaining, so you're welcome to do that. But don't forget to reply here and then also reply to a classmate. And one more time, make sure that you're really highlighting specific lyrics, that you're showing off your ability to connect the content to the songs in those two songs that you're listening to. Okay, so those are two components that you have this week. You also have exam number 3. And because the ebook site has been so problematic, I would really love to ask you if you can take this earlier in the week, please do, right? Even if that's just Sunday morning or Saturday, Friday, whatever. Knowing that the ebook site is having some struggles, please try not to wait till Sunday night to take it. I have in the syllabus that I check my email up until about 8 o'clock on Sunday evening. After that, you're kind of on your own if you run into a problem. But please try and take it a little earlier if you can. Same format and style as the first 2 exams. You have a study guide to help you. So this one's on chapters 9, 10, 11, and 12. So with this one, you're studying everything from motivation, emotion, human development, and personality. If it's on here, make sure you know it. Make sure you're familiar with it. That means it will be on the test. If it's not on here, you can let it go. You don't have to worry about studying or preparing it. And hopefully you're kind of getting a good feel for the exams at this point. But I would, again, really recommend that you write or type out the study guide, have it in front of you during the test. Then you're not trying to go back and find information in the lecture or in the video or in the book. And you're trying to search and using up valuable time. So if you type or write out the study guide, I think that's really, really helpful. Make sure that you study and prepare. The exams, like always, you have 75 minutes. And you get 1 attempt. So please try and make sure that you're ready and organized before you begin. Make sure that you've prepared. You have 75 minutes to spare. You have good internet. You have a quiet space. All of those things are just going to set you up for success. And then don't forget to, of course, save all of your answers so that you do get credit for what you've answered. And one last time, if you do have the ability, try and take it a little earlier in the week. Just so if you do run into issues, I have a chance to reset. If it auto submits like it did for exam 2, email me and let me know. That happened to about 7 people. I have no idea why. The ebook site IT group has no idea why. But if it happens to you, we obviously will address it. But if by taking it early, they hopefully gives us a chance to reset it and not eat into your time for next week. So yeah, if you run into a problem, just like all of you have been doing, just make sure you email me and we'll go from there. Oh, look, Noodle. All right, cat sighting, right? So I got a cat. He came close. So what are you gonna do? So here's Noodle, my youngest cat. He's so sassy. He's been attacking cats all day long. He actually ended up in timeout earlier because he was attacking everyone. So gotta grab the cats when they come close, right? So hopefully we run into less issues this week, but if it happens, we will, of course, address it. You also have a short self-assessment this week, just like the last one. It's just an opportunity for you to kind of check in, reflect on how you're doing, if there's anything you need to change or do differently. It's worth a couple of points, 5 points, so make sure that you do that. I will post a recording of this either later tonight or tomorrow morning, so you can keep an eye on for that as well. And I do have a couple of reminders, including the extra credit question, which I'll give you here in just a moment. So at the moment, are there any questions for me? Otherwise, I do have a couple of reminders for you, but any questions or thoughts, comments, anything for me at the moment? I'll wait just a minute just to see. Otherwise, I will obviously have some time at the end for questions as well. And let me go ahead and post my reminders for you. And then if you have anything, feel free to put it in the chat. Please double check your subscription status. There's always a chance it fell off. Remember, it's only good for 30 days. So depending on when you subscribe, there's a chance that maybe you are no longer subscribed. So just double check that. If you're watching this later as a recording, remember that if you are subscribed, you can still get those extra credit points from answering the question that I'm going to give you here in a moment. The other reminder I have for you, our next and final Twitch live stream will be on Monday, July 8th at 8 o'clock p.m. Okay, so that will be our last Twitch live stream next week on Monday. Hard to believe that that's week number 4 and that will be it. But we'll do our last Twitch live stream next week on Monday. One last opportunity. I'll talk about the last exam, the closing assignment, and everything due next week. Remember that our class does end on Friday the 12th. So just something to keep in mind. And I did open up that last week should you want to kind of work ahead and counter that a little bit. The last thing I have for you, let me give you your extra credit question. This is the week number 3. I'll put this in the chat. Week number 3 Twitch extra credit. So what I'd like you to think about for this one is what is the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, and give an example. So you might define the two, or you could talk about how they're different. That's up to you. And then you're going to give me an example of each. And when you're ready to answer that, you'll go to this week. You go to optional Twitch extra credit number 3, since we're in week 3. And you'll click on that. And then up at the top, once it loads, it's taking its time here. Everything seems to be taking its time today. You'll click on Start Assignment, which brings up that text box where you can type your response. And then hit Submit. And you get your little confetti burst and like one planet. It was a confetti burst and a planet. How random. But remember that this is worth up to 5 points of extra credit. Definitely will help make up for a lower exam score or a missed discussion or a few points off a discussion. So make sure you check that subscription status, answer your question on here, and that will help you to get those points. As I mentioned, I will post the recording of this hopefully a little later tonight, or worst case tomorrow morning, and it will be bringing over those scores from exam number 2 tomorrow as well. So sorry again about all the ebook issues. Again, I wish that I could do more about that, but I've definitely reached out to them. Hopefully they will start to get that under control. I think that is everything that I have for you. I hope that you all stay cool this week. It's going to be quite hot. If you celebrate the 4th of July, I hope you have a wonderful holiday. The 5th of July means that Halloween is next, right? I'm a huge Halloween fan, so my kids are already like campaigning to decorate for Halloween after 4th of July. I'm like, that's a little early, just a tiny bit early, but we'll see. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for being on here with me. I'm going to hang out for a little bit if you do have any questions. Otherwise, you're welcome to go ahead and get started on everything for this week. And I will hope to see you on Monday for our final Twitch live stream. So I'm going to minimize my video so that I'm not staring at myself. But thank you all so much. I'm going to put that in the chat. Thank you for joining me. And I will hope to see you all next week for that last Twitch live stream. But hi, Daniela. So there's no other way to contact them other than that email. So all emails that I got, I added web support to it and I forwarded it to them. So hopefully they'll get back to you today or tomorrow. It might be tomorrow at this point. But once they get back to us, they'll reset it and then we should be able to take it. So I'm not sure why it's been such an issue. This has never happened before. But for now, so we kind of just have to wait. If they haven't gotten back to you by tomorrow, reach out to me again and we'll contact them again and hopefully get them to square it away. course, and I'm so sorry for all the difficulties, but don't worry, we will figure it out. We'll make sure that you get that score in there. It's a little bit of an inconvenience, but we'll get there. We'll get there. You too. Have a great night. Have a good day. Stay cool. It's getting to be hot this weekend, so everyone stay cool. You too. Have a great night. See you next week. One more week to go.